DJing for me is really a craft, to be honest, because back in the days, you needed to have a certain person who showed you the right record shops. You needed techniques, you needed a certain equipment, and nowadays it's easier than ever. On the other side though, this doesn't mean that you should play easier than ever. And I think nowadays people should take risks, and we have so many options of equipment nowadays to take these risks and to do really something which no one really did before. People they make themselves a bit too easy sometimes, to be honest. And for me, it's not only about finding tracks which maybe no one play. It's also the way how you play it. I'm not really playing the tracks I made so far, on my own sets, because I feel the quality of the tracks I play from other people is still way higher than the quality of my own tracks, I have to say. I basically started producing, I would say 4 years ago, but since 2 years, seriously, I treat it as my proper job, which it is, luckily. I'm quite happy where I'm at right now, but I also feel it's really, I'm just at the beginning of a big journey. I'm really trying to also work with a lot of people who can teach me a lot of things. Every day, very different. More like a warm track with DJ Leg. Then I'm working right now on an Acid House EP. Then I did a bit more of an electro track for Melg's label. I did more a bassy track with Hedo Hydrate, a super sick producer from Denmark. So I'm really trying to try myself out at the moment, I have to say. So it's a bit more of a journey when I'm in the studio than when I play. Fugos has a very long history in the music culture in Berlin. I'm very happy to be part of it, since it's a great community here, and I'm sharing my studio with 3 other amazing producers. I usually start with an idea, not always, I have to say, but I'm a person who doesn't work on several tracks on one day. Most of the times I'm working on 1 track a day, maximum 2 tracks. And then after 2-3 days, I'm gonna start with a new idea or working on another track, since I always try to finish 2 ideas per week. So basically, since I never really did a 4/4 club track, I did club tracks, but not really one which has a 4/4 pattern. I started a new track last week, and I'm right now in my pre-master phase. And maybe we can go through it. It should be a bit a track which can be played, I guess, mostly in summer. It's my plan. And I want to do one which is a bit harder than my usual ones. So yeah, just have a listen. And as usual in all of my tracks, I'm working with at least 3 different layers of bass, as you can hear. Also my favorite wobble bass. Very nasty snares. I really like to work at the moment with these kind of lead synths, which give a bit more of a rave character, but I also like to bring these kind of leads, to not place them in a more classical way, because I like a bit more percussive stuff mixed with these ravey snares. What I do more in most of my tracks as well, I always work with, or say it's kind of an anti-drop. I definitely like to fuck around at the moment with a lot of weird FX, as you can hear here, a gun load, which I never used before, because but I kind of like this kind of shit, to be honest. And since I worked recently with Hedo Hydrate, my friend from Denmark, he actually introduced me to a lot of FX laser sounds, which I fuck with at the moment quite a lot, and actually kind of use it, or I'm using it in most of my tracks, always like in a different type of version, but yeah, I'm really loving lasers at the moment. And yeah, a lot of synths, as you can see, like 3 different ones. This one, like more like a rave step type of thing, a more subtle one, and one which is a bit more in your face. This one I actually did with one of my favorite plugins, Infiltrator is called. So the original sound, one more time. And it's one of these plugins where you really have to like click yourself through. But like they have, for example, like they like these textures quite a lot. And you can do like weird stuff with it. Like I use it quite often for resampling as well. Pretty compact, 32 layers, and that's it. I basically got into music through my dad in a very young age. My dad really taught me what good music is. Yeah, I got very, very early on locked into like more obscure and extreme music. And about the age of like 12, 13, I found out about the internet. And I found out about electronic music. And actually I saw for the first time Parkalbrenner and the movie Berlin Calling. And it was the first time that I was feeling this kind of energy, which I only knew in metal music back in the days, in a new kind of genre. At the beginning, my knowledge was mainly based on my surroundings and the club I started to work at with 16. And then when I moved outside of my hometown, I started record digging, and I spent lots of hours at Record Loft. Afterwards, my musical horizon, like, it opened up to like the Asian diaspora. So, and then I found out about my love of UK music, obviously. And yeah, I don't know what, like as everyone probably can hear, like my love for UK music is still growing day by day. It's a nice journey at the moment.